Ladies and gentlemen, this Power Perspective is sponsored by Grand Valley State University. Please welcome Executive Director of Venture Catalysts and Managing Director of Backstage Capital, Monica Wheat.
Hello, my name is Monica Wheat, and I build ecosystems. I've been doing this work for over a decade, and along with 3 equally passionate and dedicated partners, we formed Venture Catalysts, a 501c3 inclusive ecosystem development group focused on Detroit founders. Venture Catalyst creates what I've coined EAAS, which is Ecosystem as a Service. This is a model for optimized connections between players, resources, and programs. You may not know that 44% of all economic activity in a city is driven by entrepreneurs. This is in the US. In a re-emerging ecosystem like Detroit, it is much more higher. But yet, 75% of startups fail. Why are these startups failing? Whether it is the lack of capital, whether it is a lack of ability to find product market fit, or whether it is lack of education and mentorship, 90% of these issues can be solved by an effective and inclusive ecosystem. But Detroit is underestimated in our ability to deliver an effective ecosystem. But being underestimated is our superpower. Number 1, it creates a hunger for success. This is the number 1 trait that investors and business development players are looking for when they're evaluating founders. Number 2, no cap. This is the basis of innovation. The fact that there are no expectations rises your level of risk and allows you to explore more. And number 3, you can't create the extraordinary unless you do something a bit contrarian. Now, we all know that the current gold standard for entrepreneurship is Silicon Valley, rightly so. But we are not Silicon Valley. We gained success when we figured out that they underestimate our ability to deliver an ecosystem. So we had to uncover our strengths. A good example of this is in 2016, bringing the largest startup week in the country to Detroit out of 40 cities. We're extremely proud of that. We followed that trend in 2016 and 2017 by having the most diverse startup week. This is across race, age, stage of company. We had 53% female entrepreneurs and 63% minority entrepreneurs. In 2018, we lost count. That was our first year hitting over 12,000 attendees, and since then we've gone on to average at least 10,000. Now for us, we knew we wanted to cultivate those who could actually thrive here, especially our underrepresented founders. We brought Afrotech Detroit here. Afrotech is the largest conference for African-American tech entrepreneurs in the country. We brought them outside of Silicon Valley for the very first time. We had 500 attendees over 15 states. We also won a national vote and bid to bring Backstage Capital's global accelerator here for the first time. We had over 1,900 applicants for 24 spots, and we were able to host 7 of them in the largest global cohort. With that, we were able to invest $100,000 into each of these companies, plus 3 months of expertise and access to education for founders. For us, we also knew that we wanted to tell the story of our brand on both a local and a national scale. We have had over 30,000 people go through our programs to date. This is me in Turin, Italy, at the Techstars Global Summit, telling the story of Detroit, Venture Catalyst, and Detroit Startup Week to an audience of over 50 to 100 nations of ecosystem and economic developers. We continue to tell this story and try to shout it from the mountaintops, having reached over almost 500 million folks in reach over our programs, and over 1,000 media articles and over 1,000 programs. Other cities are asking us, how is Detroit doing this? They kind of didn't expect that we could do it. But for us, we've been invited usually at least a dozen times or more throughout North America, Europe, and the Middle East to tell the story and answer questions to help other ecosystems learn some of the things that we have learned and to also learn from them. So what's next for Detroit's brand? Couple things. Product validation. High-risk, fast funding is not the only way to build a sustainable business. Next level tech, AI, mobility, autonomy, all those things are in your car and in your home. What better region is better equipped to do certifications, standards, safety, and building and manufacturing these at scale? Diversity and inclusion, part of our DNA from the beginning. And thriving on limited resources. Hustle and grit is what we're known for. And we deliver a connected community. We want Detroit founders to win, period. We can make Detroit the capital for inclusive entrepreneurship. We need a little bit of help. We are all volunteers. We do this in addition to our day jobs because we're passionate about what this city can be. And we're hoping that you can join us. We are looking for both connections and funding and strategic partners to be on our ecosystem steering committee. We hope you will join us.